Moving on to Paul George's debut. The Sixers got a really nice come-from-behind win against the Clippers last night. Just an unbelievable performance from Quentin Grimes in the second half of that game. James Harden came out the gates and just absolutely fried the 76ers in the first half. And to James Harden's credit, the first couple weeks of the season, like he was good, not great, right? Like just kind of a one of the many things going on with the Clippers to start the season, between the Kawhi Leonard injury and Chris Paul not playing very well and Bradley Beal getting hurt. And like James Harden was good, but not great to start the season. James Harden has been absurdly good over the last week. He's averaging 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists in his last 5 games. So James Harden's been on an absolute heater, and he did a bunch of damage to the Sixers in the first half of this game. And then they started the second half with Quentin Grimes on him, and Quentin Grimes just put the fire out. I thought he did a really nice job of consistently funneling him towards his right hand, so getting situated on that left-hand side, but also keeping his hands out of the cookie jar. Like, he was picking up some fouls on guys who were just getting up underneath him or getting it at their hands. VJ Edgecombe had one where he's playing with his hand out, and all that James Harden does when he sees that is he just goes into his gather into your arm. I mean, him and Embiid have been doing that for years, right? And so Quentin Grimes just funneling him towards his right hand and keeping his hands out of the cookie jar, which basically forced Harden to just make contested shots, and that ended up cooling him off. So really nice job defensively. And then Quentin Grimes killed the Sixers in the fourth quarter with his rim pressure off of drives and off of cuts in transition and in the half court. He ended up hitting basically the biggest shot of the game, a pull-up 3 over John Collins along the right wing. Just an awesome game from Grimes, who very much looked like a guy who wants a big contract next year. And once again, for the Sixers, the key is defense for them to have any sort of sustained success. Tyrese Maxey poured in another 38 points. He's leading the league in minutes played, up over 40 minutes per game. And he's leading the league in field goal attempts this year. Kind of a crazy stat. He's taking 24 shots per game. Table that for a second, because I want to get back to that when we're done talking about Paul George. We got to see Paul George back on an NBA court last night, though. And I thought he had a better game than what you would think looking at the box score. It'd be really easy just to look at the box score and go, oh, he's 2 for 9. But I actually thought he did some decent shot creation off the bounce. He ended up drawing a foul on a 3-point shot on one of those, and then he had some really nice driving kick sequences that led to easy shots. I actually thought there was some decent shot creation in there. And then he showed a little bit of the scoring ability. He hit a pull-up 3 to start the game. He had a play where he got a driving layup over Zubats, where I actually thought it was kind of an encouraging sign for his body. He really dislodged Zubats with a hard step right into his chest and led with his shoulder and really knocked him off so that he could go over the top of the little floater. And I was like, you don't do that against Zubats unless you trust your lower body. So I thought that was a good sign of just where his physical and mental confidence is right now. And again, I know he's 2 for 9, but I thought he did some better shot creation than what you'd think looking at the box score. He's not moving super well, but he did have a couple of ISOs where he got to his spot and was able to make some stuff happen. A couple others where he looked like he struggled to get separation, and that's to be expected. This is his first basketball game in forever. So it's going to take a little while for him to get his lungs and to get his full mobility, at least whatever that full mobility looks like at this phase of his career after all the injuries he's dealt with. But I left that game thinking the Sixers are going to need him. In addition to forward depth, which is obviously going to be tested with Kelly Oubre out for a little while, the team also just needs more firepower. The team has a 120 offensive rating with Tyrese Maxey on the floor, according to Cleaning the Glass, but just 111.5 when he's off the floor. And we talked earlier about the minutes load and usage. Tyrese Maxey's playing over 40 minutes a game. Tyrese Maxey is leading the league in field goal attempts, 24 shot attempts per game. You got to find a way to make things just a little easier for him. And one of the things that I like about Paul George's game in particular is I think it fits their current style of play better than Embiid does. Embiid, he can struggle to get up and down the floor with the speed they want to play with. He can be a little bit of a ball stopper. He can struggle sometimes with playmaking. I think Paul George actually functions a little bit more naturally as a second side creator off of Tyrese Maxey. And again, he made some kick out reads yesterday that were the kinds of things that were missing from the Sixers early in the season to try to grease the wheels in the half court for them. I just hope he can stay healthy and regain a little bit more of his mobility, because he does add a dynamic to the Sixers that I think helps them.